High status men get better jobs, they get better opportunities, and they even get more interest from, you guessed it, attractive females. But contrary to popular belief, you do not have to be incredibly good looking to become more of a high status man. In fact, all you really have to do is make sure that you're not doing these 5 things. And if you can do that, then you can become the guy who has the unfair advantage in life. And with that said, let's get right into it. Now, first up at number 1 is demonstrating a lack of confidence. And for guys who lack confidence, this doesn't seem very fair. Why should the guys who have confidence be able to enjoy all of the benefits, while even good-looking guys who lack confidence get passed over and have to settle with the scraps? Now, the truth is that a lot of guys actually have a lot of confidence, but they simply don't know how to show it. And what happens is that they unknowingly do things that demonstrate a lack of confidence, such as walking with their shoulders slumped, avoiding eye contact, or looking terrified while talking to people. So the first thing that high status men never do is demonstrate a lack of confidence. Men who are high status understand that how other people perceive them is just as important as how they perceive themselves. So even if they haven't obtained unshakable confidence yet, they at least do their best to avoid doing things that make it obvious that they lack this super important trait. Now keep in mind that it's not about perfection or looking like the perfect guy, and instead it is about progress and doing the best that you can to get as many of the little details right as possible. Now next up at number 2 is the second thing that high status men never do, and it's being too nice. And this is especially true when it comes to a girl that you like or just females in general. You see, being nice and polite to people is something that you should always strive for. But there comes a point when being nice becomes being too nice. And the moment that you go from being nice to being overly nice in an attempt to impress someone or to make them like you, especially a girl, this is the exact moment that you enter low status territory. For example, imagine there is this girl that you like, and one day you guys are doing something fun together, like going to the movies, and you give her a compliment about something that you really like about her, and she accepts the compliment well and actually ends up liking you more because of it. Now imagine you give her 10 more compliments in the next 2 hours. This is going from nice to being too nice, and this is something that high status men never do. Always try to be nice to people, but always maintain respect and confidence in yourself and don't overdo it. Now next up at number 3 is worrying too much about your appearance. And this one is key because high status men just never do this. There is absolutely no way around the fact that it is important to look good. And there isn't a person on the planet who won't appreciate a man who has his style and grooming locked down. But traditionally, girls are the ones who worry about their appearance far more than guys. So if you want to be a high status man, one thing that you never want to do is worry more about your appearance than a girl would worry about hers. And this is especially true if you are meeting a girl that you like. Because when you first meet a girl, if she feels like you're looking in mirrors more than she is to check out your hair or other aspects of your outfit, then she's going to lose attraction for you very quickly, because traditionally this is a very feminine thing to do. And you most likely already know that attraction between males and females is based on polarity, which involves men behaving in masculine ways and women behaving in ways that are traditionally feminine. Now next up at number 4 is a huge mistake that high status men almost never make, and it is mumbling or talking softly. Many guys do this without even realizing it because it's actually really easy to do, and I'll tell you why. Science tells us that whenever we speak, our voice actually sounds way louder to us than it does to other people. And some guys naturally have a softer voice, or they tend to mumble when they speak. And if you're one of these guys, all you have to do is speak a little bit louder than what feels natural, and eventually you'll end up having a better sounding voice naturally. Now the 5th thing that high status men never do is being too eager. So many guys unknowingly make this mistake all the time and get placed into the low status category, especially by females. And this one's really simple to understand. Low status men make this mistake all the time by being too eager to do anything, which causes them to come off as desperate. Imagine if you walked up to a girl and you asked her for a number, and she tells you that she actually has it already written down on a piece of paper and she has already planned out your first date and what you guys are going to do. This would be really weird, and it would most likely make you want to turn around and run away as fast as you can. And while this is a dramatic example used to make a point, oftentimes low status men come off as too eager in much more subtle ways, such as texting a girl back 10 times for every one time that she texts you. Imagine you walk onto a car lot and you ask a salesman if they would take $10,000 less than the sticker price on the car that you want. Now what if that salesman instantly agreed on the new price with a big smile and said, "Sure, let's get this sale done right now." That would seem really weird and make you not want the car anymore, because you would think to yourself, what is so horribly wrong with this car that the salesman instantly agreed to accept $10,000 less than the sticker price? And the same thing happens with guys who appear too eager around girls, or guys who appear too eager to do pretty much anything. Even if you're super excited because the girl that you like finally texted you back, you have to show some restraint and avoid coming off as too eager. Some would call this playing hard to get, and it's basically a default thing that girls do when guys are interested in them. But the high status principle of never being too eager applies not just in the dating world, but in anything in life. And you never want to give it up, whether it's your attention, money, or anything else, too easily. The reality is that opportunities and pretty much everything in life come much easier to men of high status. And the more you avoid making these simple mistakes, the more other people will perceive you as having high status, and the more you will actually become this type of man. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.